glad you could make it to our ending circle story. We're going to be reading the 3 questions. There once was a boy named Nikolai who sometimes felt uncertain about the right way to act. I want to be a good person, he told his friends, but I don't always know the best way to do that. Nikolai's friends understood, and they wanted to help him. If only I could find the answer to my 3 questions, Nikolai continued, then I'll always know what to do. When is the best time to do things? Who is the most important one? And what is the right thing to do? Nikolai's friends considered his first question. Then Sonia, the heron, spoke. I know the best time to do things. One must plan in advance, she said. Gogol, the monkey, who had been rooting through some leaves to find something good to eat, said, you will know when to do things if you watch and pay close attention. Then Pushkin, the dog, who was just dozing off, rolled over and said, you can't pay attention to everything yourself. You need a pack to keep watch and help you decide when to do things. For example, Gogol, a coconut is about to fall on your head. Nikolai thought for a moment, and then he asked his second question. Who is the most important one? Those who are closest to heaven, said Sonia, circling up into the sky. Those who know how to heal the sick, said Gogol, stroking his bruised noggin. Those who make the rules, growled Pushkin. Nikolai thought some more. Then he asked his third question. What is the right thing to do? Fly, said Sonia. Having fun all the time, laughed Gogol. Fighting, barked Pushkin right away. Then the boy thought for a long while. He loved his friends, and he knew they were trying their best to help him answer his questions, but their answers didn't seem quite right. Then an idea came to him. I know, he thought. I will ask Leo the turtle. He has lived a very long time. Surely he will know the answers I'm looking for. Nikolai hiked up high into the mountains where the old turtle lived all alone. When Nikolai arrived, he found Leo digging in the garden. The turtle was old and digging was hard for him. I have 3 questions. I have come to ask your help, said Nikolai. When is the best time to do things? Who is the most important one? And what is the right thing to do? Leo listened carefully, but he only smiled. And then he went on digging. You must be tired, said Nikolai. At last, let me help you. The turtle gave him his shovel and thanked him. And because it was easier for a young boy to dig than for an old turtle, Nikolai kept on digging until the rows were all finished. And just as he finished, the wind blew wildly and the rain burst from the darkened clouds. And as they moved towards the cottage for shelter, Nikolai suddenly heard a cry for help. Running down the path, he found a panda whose leg had become injured by a fallen tree. Carefully, Nikolai carried him into Leo's house and made a splint for her leg with a stick of bamboo. The storm raged on, banging at the doors and the windows, and the panda woke up. "Where am I?" she said. "Where is my child?" The boy ran out of the cottage and down the path. The roar of the storm was deafening. Pushing against the howling wind and the drenching rain, he ran further into the forest, where he found the panda's child, cold and shivering on the ground. The little panda was wet and scared, but alive. Nikolai carried her inside and made her warm and dry, then laid her in her mother's arms. Leo smiled when he saw what the boy had done. The next morning the sun was warm and the birds sang, and all was well with the world. And the panda's leg was healing nicely, and she thanked Nikolai for saving her and her baby from the storm. At that moment, Sonia, Gogol, and Pushkin arrived to make sure everyone was all right. Nikolai felt a great peace within himself. He had wonderful friends, and he had saved the panda and her child, but he also felt disappointed. He still had not found the answer to his 3 questions, so he asked Leo one more time. And the old turtle looked at the boy. "But your questions have been answered," he said. "They have?" asked the boy. "Yesterday, if you had not stayed to help me dig my garden, you would not have heard the panda's cries for help in the storm. And therefore, the most important time was the time you spent digging the garden. And the most important one at that moment was me. And the most important thing to do was to help me with my garden. Later, you found the injured panda. The most important time was the time you spent mending her leg and saving her child. And the most important ones were the panda and her baby. And the most important thing was to take care of them and make sure they were safe." Remember then that there is only one important time, and that time is now. And the most important ones are always the ones with you. And the most important things to do is to do good for the one who is standing at your side. For these, my dear boy, are the answers to what is most important in this world. That was a great, wise, old turtle to come up with those wonderful answers. Those are questions I ask myself all the time. What's the most important thing? When should I get it done? Who's the most important one? All right, I hope you had a wonderful day, that you had fun in the sunshine, making your bicycle or scooter or tricycle sparkling. And I'll see you in the morning. Good night.